Hi there. My name is Kirsten Angelos, and I am back to discuss the crown chakra, the final chakra of the chakra series. A little bit about me: I work with aura therapy as an aura therapist, where I get to interpret other people's auras and chakras. And so today, specifically, I will be talking about the crown. Last time I discussed the third eye, so we finally got to get into the spiritual centers located in the mind, or I guess the crown's a little bit above the head. And you'll see why that is in terms of location and what that means. So today I have Chakra 7 with me. This is Aura Therapy's Chakra 7 blend to help tap into that crown space. The blend includes lavender, rosewood, cardamom, frankincense, neroli, and jasmine. So again, also a pretty cleansing and opening blend to help really connect to what's beyond us. So yeah, very cleansing, and also very calming, help bring you into that meditative space that is kind of required for samadhi or enlightenment. The crown is such a beautiful chakra, and I'm super excited to get into it. So before I begin, I'm going to put some of this on, ground a little bit. We're going to discuss the crown. So just putting it on the wrist. All right. The crown is beyond all elements. I know the third eye is the mind, and I guess in a way you could relate the crown to thoughts, because thoughts are they're not tangible yet. They're out in the ethers, in the space. It's outside of us. So everything starts as a thought, and then we bring it into our physical world through, this transformation of energy, all the way down to the root, into the physical reality. It all starts with an idea. So the crown chakra is symbolized by an infinite lotus just continuously opening, and it's this connection to something outside of you, this connection to an external source. You could think God, cosmic consciousness, universal consciousness, whatever you really believe in. It is this external connection to something greater than yourself. And some people even think about it as a connection to your higher self. So again, the third eye is more about the internal world and your inner knowing. The crown is more about this connection and getting this idea, this connection from something else other than you. And so the crown is seen as a very divine chakra. And when it's balanced, you get to see divinity everywhere in your life. You see everything as part of the divine around you, inside and outside. So it's a very beautiful chakra. In terms of samadhi or enlightenment, it is this connection that goes on with the crown. So up and above. And if you are somebody who practices Reiki, or you're somebody who's received Reiki, it's through this connection and this connection to something higher, but it's almost like the Reiki energy comes through the crown. It comes down through the crown and then able to put it through the other chakras in the body. So very, very cool type of stuff with the crown. So whenever you're meditating, you are using the third eye, but you're also using the crown, especially if you are meditating on universal consciousness, on God, on the divine. Then that is the crown chakra. And it is tapping into a higher state of consciousness and self-realization. the downside of uh, the downside of, I don't want to say connected to the crown, identifying with the crown. If you start identifying with this crown space, that like that's all you are, you're going to be separate from the world around you. You're going to start operating on a level that no one else can understand or comprehend, and you might get a little bit more of this separatedness, this again, I don't want to say ego, but it's just, it can't be touched when it's just the crown chakra. You need all of this balanced chakra energy to stay rooted, even though you're tapping into something that's very expansive, and intangible. Like, it's just like, you can't even conceptualize this energy. It's just beyond anything we could really mentally comprehend. It's more about feeling it and living it rather than understanding it, if that makes sense. So, when you're tapped into the crown, or there's this energy of the mind that's tapped into the crown, there's more of like this connection to your spiritual purpose and feeling this drive for your spiritual purpose. There's a lot of serenity that comes with tapping into the crown chakra. It is a very calm and peaceful state of mind to be in. Again, it's almost like you know more, even if you can't comprehend it. You are comforted in this connection through the crown, even if you don't really understand why you're comforted. It is a deep knowing beyond your knowing. It's really fun stuff. I like to say, and it's not just me saying this, but when you are dreaming, uh, you know, like, where do we go when we sleep? It's kind of like that. When you sleep, you're tapping into that crown chakra. You're tapping into this universal, expansive energy. Like, where do you go when you sleep? You're reconnecting. You're connecting to something in that moment. Maybe you aren't in your body anymore, you know? Maybe you have transcended in your sleep. Like, we do not know these things, but it makes sense. It's beyond our comprehension, and there's some peace with that. We all enjoy sleep. Sleep is great. There is a strong sense of self and oneness. Everything is the divine when you have a very balanced crown. So again, an imbalanced crown would be like, it could be centered, like self-centeredness, detachment for the physical world. It doesn't really help anyone when we're all very super detached from what's actually going on around us. But yeah, there's this detachment and then this isolation that comes with the detachment, because, and so it's always good to have that root chakra rooted as you tap into the crown. Again, I mentioned sleep as one way we tap into the crown without us even really needing to try. So a practice called yoga nidra is one that would help tap into the crown, and it's an interesting practice if you've never done it, but it's very rejuvenating, and it helps rejuvenate you on all levels, all pranic layers of the aura. Like, it's just a very energetic practice that brings inner peace and calm, and that's through the crown chakra and tapping into that space. Okay. So yeah, the crown is just a beautiful, beautiful energy. So if it is imbalanced, there could also be this distrust of the divine and unable to connect to the divine, because what did believing in whatever ever do for me? You know, there could be this lack of trust with it if it's out of whack. And that's a good way to know if it's out of whack for you. What do you believe in? And I guess necessarily don't need to believe in anything, but having trust in something greater than yourself is tapping into the crown. So if you don't, then there might not be that crown connection for you. But just go to sleep and then there's that crown connection for you. But yeah, underactive is also like a lack of faith, and being cynical and that kind of thing. So to balance the crown, definitely meditate, some yoga nidra. You could use tranquility, chakra 7, or a therapy's line to help tap into that calm, meditative space, and helps you meditate as well. Again, tapping into the crown or having a very healthy crown is acknowledging the oneness of everything and the divinity and everything. So going outside and reconnecting with nature and just the natural design of nature is just divine in itself. And being able to sit in nature and just be with nature is really good to help boost the feeling of oneness that is the crown energy. It is the most expansive energy. So again, being careful when you tap into the crown to not identify with that expansive energy too much, because that's just a whole different plane, a whole different reality. And you need to stay also rooted in this reality if you want to be balanced. Remember, you are energy, you eat energy, you use energy. Everything has residing energy in it, even if it's not using its potential in that current moment. Everything has energy, and you are energy. You function on energy. And yeah, this is just all different styles and functions of energy that reside in you and kind of outside of you. So yeah, try yoga nidra. It's a very, very cool practice, and you'll feel very rejuvenated afterwards. But also find a good practitioner to do that with. So, alrighty, see ya.